Hi, what's the number one difference between a high and a low performance team? Before we answer that question, we need to agree on what we actually mean by a team. Tannenbaum and Salas, who wrote some of the most quoted articles and books on team effectiveness, define a team as two or more people who interact with each other in situations where at least some team members need to rely on other team members to get work done, in the pursuit of a common goal, and are viewed as a unit by others and by themselves. So now that we've defined what we mean by a team, let's look at the difference between high and low performing teams. For this, I ask you to take a moment and think of an example of a high performing team and an example of a low performing team. You may want to stop the video for a few minutes and reflect on this question. I would not be surprised if you found that low-performing teams spend a lot of time on non-value-add activities, have difficulties in meeting deadlines, struggle with quality and cost, and suffer from team morale, while other teams may be doing great on all these indicators. But performance is not the only element to evaluate team effectiveness. Effective teams show high levels of performance, which means generating positive results over time, resilience, able to work through challenges and bounce back in the face of difficulties, and vitality, which means having the energy, vibrancy, and resources needed for future success. So there you have it, the three components of team effectiveness. But there is a super simple way to quickly determine if you're dealing with a high or a low performing team. And that is by looking at percentage of promises kept. Let me explain. Imagine you have a team that meets once a week. At the end of the weekly meeting, team members agree on what they commit to do until the next meeting. Well, note that some low-performing teams don't even get to this point. They don't bother to agree on who will do what until the next meeting. But that's another matter. Let's assume a team agrees on specific actions and team members commit to getting certain things done. In other words, team members make promises to themselves and their colleagues. How many of these promises do team members typically keep? 50%, 30%, 80%? Take a moment, think of teams you work with and come up with a number for your organization or your team. Well, teams I work with, at least when I start working with them, can keep about 50% of their promises, sometimes even less. Some team members have already forgotten what they have promised even before the meeting is over. This leads to the rather annoying situation, and when you need to meet the team and ask about their progress on what they promised to do, team members often do not know what they said they would do. This is not a trivial matter because the better team members can keep their promises, the higher the team effectiveness, because the higher the level of trust within the team. In other words, low percentage of promises kept indicates a low performance team, while high percentage of promises kept indicates a high performance team. Yes, I know I'm simplifying things here, but in my experience, looking at percentage promises kept is a good indicator of team performance, resilience, and vitality. In my experience, teams that achieve promise kept rates of 80% or more also see improved performance in terms of less time wasted, deadlines met, quality improved, costs reduced, and team morale improved. So it's worth looking at this indicator. So how can we increase the effectiveness of a team? How can we increase the rate of promises kept of a team? And how long does it take? For a team to become more effective, 5 conditions must be met. First, the team needs to be aware that they have a problem. Second, the team needs to be willing to improve on the percentage of promises kept. Third, team members need to understand what it takes to become a high-performance team. Fourth, the team needs a plan. And fifth, the team needs to follow through on the plan. Now you may be asking, how long does it take for a team to go from promises kept rates of 50% or less to consistently achieving 80% or more? At Agility 3, we have designed a program that allows teams of motivated individuals to achieve this in 12 weeks or less. The name of the program is Master Focus Collaboration. But this only works with teams that meet conditions 1 and 2 mentioned above, which are the team needs to be aware that they have a problem and the team must be willing to improve the percentage promised rate. I will end this by summarizing the key points. Percentage promises kept is a super simple indicator of team performance. High performance teams have promises kept levels of 80% or more. Teams with high performance levels will waste less time on non-value-add activities, be better at meeting deadlines, deliver better quality at lower cost, and have better team morale. If a team is willing to improve, such performance levels can be achieved in 12 weeks or less. If you find this video helpful, please leave a comment as it will help me reach more people. Just send me a direct message to learn more about the 12-week program mentioned in the post. Have a great week. Take care.